Welcome back to my channel. Did you guys like this week's episode? Keep watching if you want to see my breakdown of episode 3, Weekend at Brandy's. Oh my god, I'm shocked that Captain Lee hasn't killed Abby at this point. The radio last time, the keyed radio this episode, plus her hair. But he's being relatively nice about it all, for now. It's adorable how uncomfortable he is with female attention from guests. He's so sweet about it, but you can tell he wants to die from embarrassment. The ladies just love this side of the sea. We all love Captain Lee, though. Who wouldn't gush over him? He's super classy and good at his job. I also wonder when we shall see the awesome new rock wall for guests. It looks like a cool upgrade to Valor. Kevin talks a lot of shit when he literally screwed up on the seafood extravaganza dinner. He's so damn lucky that the guests were hammered at that point because I'm pretty sure frozen and canned seafood wouldn't have made it bud. God's cooking my asshole. So confusing why Kevin pushed morning service so hard. I'm pretty sure he knew the plan as Kate would have told him the night before. Simone is completely right. If you see a teammate struggling, you help. You don't berate them in front of their peers. How unprofessional. You haven't even seen rude. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? If that's not rude, I'd be hard-pressed to want to find out what he actually considered rude behavior. His little song about Simone could have been about himself. What an ego on that guy. But as Kevin stated, he suffered many concussions. His personality makes more sense now. Kate is completely right. Kevin, stay in your lane. Worry about the fact that you forgot to order food for a whole meal, not service. What a douche. She tries so hard to keep it professional with Kevin, but damn, he makes it so hard to want to. I think that Kate is worlds better at table decor than Hannah ever thought of being. Kate thinks out of the box and uses all of her resources, which is something necessary on a boat with limited supplies. Impressive. I'm currently rewatching season 2, and even back then, Kate had the creativity to go off the boat for table decor. Kate and her stews go on land for fresh flowers. That's some shit I've never seen Hannah do. I think it's funny how Ashton goes from one girl to another interest-wise. I'll be interested to see his behavior at the next drunken crew dinner. Ashton and Brian beaching the tender was at the worst possible moment. At least they got the boat back out in the water. But he's right. If he had anyone else with him on that beach, that day would have been over, and Captain would have had their heads. Simone might be scatterbrained, but at least she's nice and respectful. I'm so glad that she stood up to Kevin at morning service. Maybe she is a little slow for Kevin. She lacks a certain amount of urgency during service, but she was doing the best she could. If Kevin thought she was so in the weeds at service, then he should have stepped in and helped her. But he didn't, because he's an ass. I do think that Simone might break the iron by the end of charter. She's a joy to watch for me. I really enjoy his accent. He seems alright so far. If he wasn't with Ashton on the beach, the tender would have definitely been stuck. Shit would have hit the fan. I like seeing him be sweet and nice to Courtney, instead of telling her to smile like an idiot. I hope he saw the error in his ways. I like Courtney's no-nonsense attitude. I don't know how her and Ashton kept it together when Brandy was screaming incoherently about Jeff. Courtney informing Kevin of her expectations of an extravaganza were dead on. Kevin really should have listened to them about the ideas for what an extravaganza actually looks like. I love the interaction between her and Ashton. Her answer to what kind of guy she's interested in is spot on. Someone who's not an asshole. We're all looking at you, Brian. Tanner is a cutie. I might like him best of all the deck crew. He's a hard worker. He's always happy to help. Tanner's response to Brandy's situation was wonderful. He seems like the only person who knew what to do at the beach. Her and radios don't go together. Tanner's always such a great team player. He checks in with Abby because I think he understands that she's super green. He doesn't pressure her or make her feel stupid. I just adore him. Tanner can be my lifeguard any day. What I wouldn't give to meet Kate. Abby really did a disservice to Ashton about the morning service argument between Simone and Kevin. She didn't know the whole situation and put Simone in a bad light. Abby's gonna get someone hurt with her lack of radio skills. She needs to get on top of that like yesterday. I would hate to be Abby this episode. I'm pretty sure that she's the first one Captain thinks of when he gets up. And we have learned from seasons past that you don't want to be that person. This group takes drunk to a no level. I thought Travis from Below Deck Med was bad. He was just dethroned. This is the strangest group of adults I've ever seen on Charter. No one is even talking to Brandy. She's just there. Why would you treat that scary behavior from a friend like it's no big thing? Brandy half passed out screaming that she pays for everything and not Jeff? What? Who's Jeff? I honestly didn't hear Brandy say one coherent thing all episode. The more I watch the Charter guests, the more I don't like them. They are not good people for letting their friend act like this on national television. Kate asked if Brandy was okay multiple times, only to be fluffed off. How irresponsible. All of Brandy's friends have talked shit about her the entire episode. The things her friends were saying about her as she left the beach to go back to the boat was shameful. Captain Lee's words of wisdom from this week's episode.
I mean, I've got more fingerprints on my ass than the FBI. Surprised I had any ass left.
The shit Kate says that makes me laugh. The peak of the episode for me was Captain Lee stating that Kevin needs to stay in his lane, and the pit of the episode for me was Brandy's situation. Do you agree? Sound off below. Tonight's Captain Morgan moment goes to Kevin. Was he drunk when ordering the provisions for Charter? Brandy would have been too obvious. Well, one of my predictions for season 7 has come true. I waited, a few episodes before I judged, but Kevin is definitely a terrible chef. On the next episode of Below Deck, as always, thank you for watching, and try not to screw the pooch this week, okay?